Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I hope you all are doing well. So today I'm here to bring you another pick a card reading, and today we are going to do a energy update of what's going on within you, what's going on outside of you. I haven't done one of these in a minute, so so I'm really excited to do these. I used to do them like every so often, like every month, and I haven't really done them, but given the fact that there's so much change going on, and I just feel like everyone's going through a real prime transitional period in their life right now, just picking up on the collective, I feel like we could use one of these readings. So I am doing this for you all, myself included. So we have 3 piles here to choose from. We have the first pile here with the 1212, I am focused. We have the second pile here with the 444, I am protected. And we have the third pile here with the 222, I am balanced. So feel free to pick one, more than one, all 3 if you feel guided to do so. Now keep in mind this is a general read, so please just take what resonates and leave the rest. Do not make it fit if it doesn't fit. I am available to do personal readings if you feel guided to get a personal reading from me. And then I just want to give a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting my channel in any way you feel guided to do so. I truly appreciate every single one of you, so thank you all so much. It means so much to me. You guys are so kind and just thoughtful and loving, and I just love hearing from you guys. How much these readings are resonating with you and providing you some type of guidance and clarity. So thank you all so much for your support. It truly means a lot to me. So without further ado, let's get on to your reading. Hello, my first group. So if you chose the 1212 pile, this is your reading. So a couple things here. I definitely feel like a lot of you who chose this pile are going through a really difficult change, and I feel the change is not difficult as much as your attitude or your perception that is making it a little bit more difficult than what it is. I just had to get that straight out. Like, Spirit was very clear on that, because these changes that you're going through right now are productive, but I do think they are requiring some type of attitude adjustment or perception adjustment, almost like the hanged man type of energy. They're requiring you to be a little bit more focused on the end goal or the end result. Not so much that you're attached to it, but enough to know it's like why you're going through what you're going through is like purposeful. It's for a reason. I do think a lot of you who chose this group, I do think this change is one, divinely timed, meaning you're meant to go through this. This is almost kind of like a fated change you're going through. And it's all about you learning about unconditional love, and especially unconditional love for yourself. I think I'm just getting that this is really difficult for you guys. Like, this is a really hard adjustment that you're making. And I think it has to do with, honestly, it has to do with every area of your life. I'm getting particularly relationship, not just romantic, but family, especially friends and romantic, all relationships. I mean, we have a relationship with everything. Also money, because pumpkins represent abundance, and it is number 8 card. So it could be with everything, honestly. I'm getting more relationship, family, friend type of vibe, where I feel like you're being asked to take more care of yourself instead of others. I feel like you're very too self-sacrificing, where you will put others' needs and emotions and feelings before your own. And so I feel like that is a strong adjustment that you're trying to make, and it is very difficult because I think people around you, your friends and family, are very attached to how you treat them in a way where you put their needs first. So they're not used to you putting yourself first, which is no reason to not do it, to not make these changes, to not put yourself first. But I do think it is very difficult, honestly. So with the productivity here with pumpkin, like I said, pumpkins are all about abundance. They are, and it's a Kent pumpkin. I don't even know really what that means, but I guess it's a specific type of pumpkin, but this is all about a certain amount of judgment to be had. And you did pick the 12-12 here, I am focused. And this card states, stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. So I definitely think that a lot of you are in the midst of turning your dreams into a reality. I do think this is going to take some time. I do think there's a level of you wanting to control the outside circumstances or other people in order for you to feel more safe and comfortable through this change, through this process. And your spirit guides are really asking you to, like I said in the beginning of this, stay focused on the future, like the long-term goal here. Stay focused on the best possible future that you want for yourself. Remain optimistic. Don't become too attached to it, but know why you're doing what you're doing. It's not for no reason. It's for it's laying the foundation of a better life for you, of a better abundant life for you, of a better love life for you. Whatever dream you have that you want to turn into reality, it's making that happen for you. So this pumpkin spirit really talks about your hard work is paying off right now. I do think there's a lot more planning, and there's I do think whatever you've planned to do so far is coming to fruition. I do think there's more planning, and I do think that you should start to experience your payoff sooner rather than later is what I'm picking up here. Spirit is really indicating to keep on working on what you're currently working on. Don't give up, because I do feel like maybe some of you, there's a level of wanting to give up and just kind of go back to the norm, quote unquote, whatever your norm is. And I don't think that's possible anymore, because you've already kind of gone over that threshold. Did I say that right? You've already kind of gone through that checkpoint already. So there's no need to kind of go back. If you're thinking of this like as a video game, when you reach a checkpoint, it's almost like you're wanting to go back and redo that level, even though you already passed that like phase. You know what I mean? It's time to move on to the next phase. So I do feel like you are going to get a lot of support, a lot of help. I do think for a lot of you, if this is in terms of like work or any type of financial resource or something like that, I do feel like that will increase for you in the coming days. I'm hearing in maybe even weeks, there will be some windfall, some type of money, some type of promotion. I feel there's a lot of good energies surrounding your health and your wealth. So I do feel like a lot of you may be taking a more productive role in your fitness journey, your physical health, like your diet, your exercise. I do think there are some challenges that are still going to occur that you may even feel like you have failed at on some level, but this is something you need to keep, like, it's like your definition of failure is going to shift here, or needs to shift, is what I'm picking up. I don't know. I feel like there's something maybe mentally that you're neglecting. And it could be, like I said, your attitude towards failure, or just your attitude towards these changes in general. But I do feel like there's a level of like something you think you failed at, just your perception, or something you're gonna feel like you're gonna fail at. It's like different for everyone, but whatever the case, Spirit is just like, there's no such thing as failure. You learn something from every experience. There's always something to be learned. It's about keeping that type of optimism and that type of attitude going through this journey, because you're not gonna go through it perfectly. You're going to, be frustrated. You're going to want to hide away and want to take a rest, and that's perfectly fine, or take a break, but don't give up just because you feel like you're failing. It's because you're new at this. It's because this is a new change to you, a new attitude, a new perspective, a new way of acting or behaving, a new way of looking at productivity in a general sense, because it's very common for us to see productivity as like doing, going, moving, action, blah, 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 blah. But that's not exactly productive if our energy or if our perception of it is unhealthy or unbalanced, if that makes sense. If you always think like to be productive, you have to like get up at 6 a.m., work till 6 p.m., always be moving, that's not helpful. And I think that could be something that's changing. You're finally realizing what true productivity is, and true, like, that resting is just as productive as not resting. Meditating is just as helpful, if not more, than not doing that, or not taking care of yourself, or not, getting in touch with nature, not going on walks. I think that that's something that's really changing for a lot of you. So, yeah, there's a lot of healing going on here, but there's also a lot of abundance. There's a lot of guidance. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of fertility. I feel like maybe some of you could be Cancers or have strong Cancer placements, like your Venus, your Mars, your Moon, could be your Sun or Rising, obviously. But I do think, I feel like there's a lot that needs to be released and let go of. And it's almost like you need to be in this type of mindset of release and go, release and go. It's almost like right now, I feel like maybe some of you are in this place where you release and then you're still, because you kind of just are scared to go forward and continue on this path that you're on, but you kind of have no choice, because I feel like nature is really taking its time with you, and this is really about divine timing. This is with this nature's timing card. It says things need to occur in proper order. Don't push or force or rush, but when you feel guided to move, that's when you move. Just almost like, I always use this example, it's probably really bad, but I feel like it gets the point across. So like when you have to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. You don't wait and be like, oh my God, I don't really want to go right now, or I'm too busy to go. When you have to go, you have to go. It's almost like that's how strong your intuition is. Like when it tells you to move, go, speak, say something, you do it. It's when you don't that you end up kind of feeling like a failure, because you should have went when your intuition guided you to go, if that makes sense. I hate using that example, but I feel like it's the only thing that kind of gets across to me. So, and it kind of puts things in perspective for me. I don't know about you, but hopefully that you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So we also have here Anna, grandmother of Jesus. It says seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. You have a divine plan. There's a reason why you're here. There is a reason why you are going through what you're going through. This card speaks about mystics, like ancient mystics who dedicated their life to lay the foundations for Christ consciousness, all that stuff. So you are one of those people who are an ancient mystic. Whether you think so, believe so, or see yourself that way or not, this is part of your DNA. You are part of that love consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. So, this card talks about a quiet dedication. Sometimes not sharing everything you're doing with people is needed. You are meant to live a life of service, and that service doesn't always have to be in the spotlight, in the limelight. It could be having kids. It could be getting with a particular person and having children. It could be running a business. It could be your art. It could be whatever it is that you just feel so guided to do, but maybe you're not so gung-ho to doing because of fear or because you feel like it's not the right time. That is your foundation for you and the future yous to come, if that makes sense. So this is about devoting your life to dreaming a new world into this reality, basically. So I do feel like you are a very loving person. I'm definitely getting Cancer vibes. You're an unconditionally loving person. It's something that you hide. It's something that you're not comfortable with, but you're learning to be comfortable with and learning to have boundaries with that. That doesn't mean to, let people use you or take advantage of your love, of your kind heart, but it means knowing that we are all one, that we have duality within all of us. That doesn't mean that you should be mean or rude or nasty or to anyone that, it doesn't mean that you should go against your morals of your unconditional nature, your unconditionally loving nature. It means to just to trust that and to have boundaries with that, if that makes sense. So definitely, I'm getting you're such a strong mystic. You are an important part of the universal love consciousness plan, this age of Aquarius that we're in or going into. I definitely feel like most of you are meant to be mothers of some kind, and this could be to animals, to plants, to children, human beings, whatever the case may be. You're meant to mother the earth, to nurture yourself, and in a way that is more productive than what you're doing now, I feel, or just in a way that is more unconditionally loving. Maybe you have conditions around love. Maybe you feel like you're still kind of maybe learning about the law of attraction and, like attracts like. Maybe you're trying to learn your morals. Maybe you're learning that, just because someone's rude or nasty to you doesn't mean you have to be rude or nasty to them. You know what I mean? You can still send them off with love. You can still stand up for yourself, but you don't have to do it in the way that they do it. You don't have to go down to their level, is what I'm picking up on. So I do feel like there's just the seed of light in you that you are meant to share. And I think this is difficult for you to share because it means you have to be vulnerable, and it means you have to do things you're not comfortable with when it comes to expressing emotions and feelings. It may mean that you can't, for some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this, but it's like you're around people or someone or people that are very low vibrational, and it's like you intuitively know this, but you kind of just acquiesce to their low vibrational stuff because you don't want to be left out, or because you want to fit in, it's like the reason behind it is obviously not a good reason, but you keep doing it. And like spirit is really asking you need to make those necessary sacrifices. With this card that we have here, make necessary sacrifices, which doesn't mean you have to cut them off or leave them. It just means you have to sacrifice being almost like you have to learn to be comfortable that you may have to go through this period of time in your life alone. Because if people are not going to meet you at your level, your energetic level, then they don't need to be around you. And it's like you're kind of lowering yourself a little bit to almost like the example I was giving back, where you're trying to go back to levels that you already passed and went through, just because your friends, your family, your lover or something is still there, and you're trying to go back and do it with them, but it's like you've already moved on, but you keep holding yourself back. You keep waiting for them to reach you, and it's like they will reach you when they reach you, and if they don't reach you, then they weren't meant to reach you. Everyone has their own soul journey that they have to go through. And maybe that's just a place where they have to be, whether it's for just now or forever, it doesn't matter. You have to keep going. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to know that all that you do is for a reason. Exude love in all that you do. Everything is oneness. Everything is love, for all and for self. So I do think there are some sacrifices that need to be made in that area where you're going to have to, I hate that word sacrifice, because it seems like you're giving up something, but what you're giving up is not even a fraction of what you're about to gain. You know what I mean? You're going to gain so much admiration. I'm getting admiration, respect, loyalty, friendship, love from people that are truly meant to be in your life. And I do feel like you have some people that are not meant to be in your life, but you may be scared to let go of them because you're afraid of doing this alone, or you're afraid that you're just afraid, you know what I mean? Which is fair. We all have these fears, but I do feel like your heart is set on a particular goal or desire, and you're hesitating to commit to that out of fear. It's like you're required to do something for your success, but like I said, you're not doing it out of fear. I feel like you're wishing for some sort of part in your life. It's like you're wishing for something more in your life, but you're unwilling to kind of change or make room for that thing. Does that make sense? Because you're holding on to either a belief, a behavior, a person, people that are not meant to be where you're at right now. And that may be something that you have to come to terms with. So I do think that there are way greater prospects in people interested in you in the horizon. I feel like there's a lot of people you're going to be involved with that are going to help you when the time is right, lay this foundation that you're trying to lay, whatever that may be. And I think you're just in this, you don't want to upset your comfortable routine with people, is what I was also picking up on, as I mentioned earlier. So it's time for you to take notice that you are standing in a very important place in your life right now. And it's almost like it's almost like you're going from a spiritual adolescent to a spiritual adult. Does that make sense? Where you're becoming more one with yourself. You're growing past your comfort zones and embracing your greatness. And it is time to do that if you're not already doing that. So I do feel like there could be some there could be some sacrifices in terms of like short-term conveniences for longer-term gains, if that makes sense. There's something about your heart's desire that is wanting you to step away from your comfortable routine at the moment, because the rewards that you're going to get are very big, or very like this pumpkin big, like very, very big. So Spirit is wanting you to kind of accept that this is uncomfortable to you, that you're not in the most comfortable position, and there are demands that come with new commitments and change, and that may be something you're also uncomfortable with, but these discomforts have to be given up in order for you to attain your goal. And it's almost like there's too great a risk for you not to do this. So you have to kind of just know that in the end, your sacrifices will be rewarded. Like when I say 100 times over, like 100 times over, like it's just kind of that point blank simple. And then our last card here, we have 23 all tied up. So this card really speaks about lack of motion, like I was saying, or a sense of like personal freedom. So I do feel like you're around people, or you could be, it's almost reminding me of the Eight of Swords. Like this could just be your thoughts. This could be just the way you're thinking, or it could be people really trying to kind of keep you down, I guess, or keep you kind of stuck in the same routine. This card only comes up when you're in a situation in your life where things are stuck, or there could be a lot of drama going on around you and it's stopping you from moving forward. It could be also some like technicalities are blocking you in some way, like you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made or something like that. But whatever it is, I do feel like these restrictions, like I said, whether they're like contracts, people, thoughts, behaviors, are making you feel quite oppressive at this time. So if this is something technical that's tying you up, like a contract or something like that, like a personal stuff, this is where you need to look at things differently and how you can be your own kind of what I want to say, like your own advocate. You know what I mean? Like, are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or in some type of negative habit that you refuse to deal with, whether this is your own habits or with people? And if so, it's time to cut that off. It's time to make some serious changes. You know, you don't need to live in the self-imposed jail any longer. Because I do feel like a lot of it is self-imposed, and a lot of it is people kind of imposing their own limitations onto you. So this is where the sacrifices have to be made. And like I said, this is kind of like, I just feel like a lot of you who chose this pile, you're really struggling with this because it's just so uncomfortable and it's just new to you, and you just feel like you would want to give up and go back to the old ways of doing things and being a people pleaser. For some of you, if that's your case, if that's what resonates with you, or just not being able to speak your truth, or not being able to speak with love because you're afraid people will call you weak or think you're weird or think you're kind of just in this la la land, and that's not the case, you know? You're here for a reason. You're a co-creator like everyone else. You have a foundation to lay, and you have to trust in yourself and then in your talents and your gifts. Even if other people don't trust in you, even if other people don't believe in you, because you're here for a bigger purpose than that. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to please yourself and your higher power, your higher self. So that's kind of a new attitude that I feel like you could be trying to take on, but you are struggling with it because people are telling you otherwise. You may be listening to too many people. You may be listening to your thoughts that don't even belong to you, thoughts that came from other people that you've kind of just held on, adopted as your own feelings and thoughts. Does that make sense? And instead of kind of just making your own, because you already have it within you. Like I said, you have this light within you, but I think you repress it a lot with other people's ideas, motives, perceptions instead of your own, because I do feel like you're coming through a really great period of change, enlightenment, ascension, and abundance, which is really great to look at. So I do think things need to occur in their proper order. Try not to control the situation too much. Know that you're going through this. You're not alone. There's a lot of us that are going through this time right now. And the most difficult transitions are the ones where we start loving ourselves a little bit more and learn how to love others, not less, but not to the point where we're the ones that are holding ourselves back, if that makes sense. So So I'm going to leave this here. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, my second pile. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the 444 card, this is your reading for your self-energy update. Okay, so a couple things I'm picking up here. There is a strong need to connect to nature, earth, Mother Earth, flowers, just like nature in general. Like there's a need to either, I don't know if a lot of you are gardeners or you just love plants, nature, flowers and stuff like that, but there's a need to like either buy some flowers, buy some plants, something like that, because I feel like Spirit is saying that you've kind of lost your connection to Source, and a really good way to kind of reconnect to Source, to your spirit guides, is through nature. So flowers could be really significant, could be a really big help to you doing that again, or kind of just going out in nature, taking a walk in nature, grounding, kind of maybe letting your feet touch the grass, or touching a tree or something like that. Especially when I see the 444, this talks about, fours talk about stability, and this says I am protected. So there's a strong message here. It says, trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at this present moment. So I do feel like maybe a lot of you are not trusting the process right now. And we also have trust the process here. So there's a lack of trust going on with a lot of you. You need to know that everything is always working out in your favor all the time, every day, that there is something better on the horizon. You just have to have confidence in the universe. And I feel like you're maybe lacking that confidence because you're not connecting enough to nature, Source. Nature helps you connect to Source, and you're not really trusting this path that you're on right now, or trusting the way it's unfolding for you. I do feel there's a lot of signs and messages being guided to you, and there's maybe like a few roadblocks or speed bumps along the way that you've been going on, that you've kind of been trying to get past, a lot of redirection maybe. But it's all leading you to your highest possible outcome. You just need to know that wherever you are right now, you are meant to be there. If you're meant to be somewhere else, you would be somewhere else. So take this time to really appreciate, to really maybe just appreciate, and to really kind of connect to where you are right now. There's a lot to be grateful for at this present moment, because a lot of people are going through way worse, and there's a lot of people that are going through better, but it's always best to appreciate where you are right now. It really helps kind of move things along, and it helps you bring some peace, clarity, and centeredness, and it helps you be present, because the present moment is all that really matters at this particular time. Even though we do have future you now, but that's another story. Well, not really, but it kind of speaks about you're already the person that you want to be. You're already deserving of what you want. Whatever you want has already arrived. It's already yours. It's been yours since before you were born and incarnated on this earth. I do feel like you have a lot of dreams. You have a lot of things you want to get off your bucket list, or you have a lot of desires that you want to see manifest, and they have already manifested for you. You just have to get in that vibration, get in that alignment of knowing that it is yours. It is always yours. Nothing, whatever is for you will never be withheld from you. It's already yours. It just takes time, and it just takes a lot of trusting in the process and enjoying the journey, basically. Okay, so that was a long little speech, but I feel like a lot of you need to hear that. So with this longevity card here, this is chrysanthemums. I love chrysanthemums. Also represents Scorpio, so some of you could be Scorpio. You don't have to, or maybe like you're rising or have strong Scorpio placement. But this card speaks about gardening as well. It speaks about seeing things from a different perspective. You're in a phase, this card also speaks about trust. You're in a phase right now where trust is very much needed. You need to trust. You're not trusting. There's a sense of completion, or a sense of wanting to belong. It's like you're reaching this pinnacle in your life where things are wrapping up, things are completing. You will find that sense of belonging. You will find that peace, but it's not, there's still some things you need to go through, or it hasn't been the easiest journey. You're kind of not trusting that things are gonna be okay, or are okay. There's like this like deeper intimacy here. It's like there's this like and it could be with like, I definitely feel like it's with yourself, but I also feel like it's with other people where there's some type of long-term commitment needs your attention. And it could be your relationship, like I said, with someone else, or it could be your relationship with you, but you are in a cycle of learning. Your cycle of learning is coming to an end. Yeah. That's what I was picking up. Your cycle of learning is coming to an end. You have all the facts. You have what is required of you to move forward. I do feel like any creative blocks, any type of melancholy feeling, any type of weak boundaries are where you're getting challenged, is where you're kind of getting like maybe a little twisted up or getting a little like thrown off course or off guard a little bit. But I do feel like all of this is your perception, because there is a need for you to kind of, there's a strong message of like learning to see things from a different perspective or a different point of view. And I do feel like getting out in nature will help you with this perspective. And we also have the second chakra here, which is the sacral chakra in reverse, which is all about, it's where we hold a lot of our emotional dependencies. It's where we gain emotional independence. It's our creativity. It's our, it's all like where we hold a lot of our feelings and our sexuality, our intimacy with ourselves and with others. And I feel like right now it's blocked. So in order for that to be unblocked, nature would probably be your best course of action, or whatever else you feel guided to do. But there's a really strong, I know I keep saying it, but there's a really strong message about needing to be connected into nature again. I do feel like you could need some sunshine. There's a need to like get out in the sun or get some vitamin D, but there's this message of truth, love, healing, and learning how to set healthy boundaries. And I feel like this is a process that either has taken 18 weeks or will take 18 weeks. For some of you, for others of you, this could be like 10 to 20 days of you trying to set healthy boundaries, you getting out in nature, you feeling more like yourself, you feeling like you are flowing, and you feeling warm and love and cheerful, because right now I feel like that could be lacking a little bit. But I do feel like you're at the tail end of it no matter what. So just kind of take what resonates when I get those kind of time things in my head from spirit. And with the second chakra here, it's number 36. We have 36 and 39. So 39 reduces to a 12, which is a 3, which reduces to a 3, and then 36 reduces to a 9. So again, 9 is all about completion. It's also about compassion. 3s is all about abundance, creativity, expansion, love, nurturing, stuff like that. So there's not a lot of changes, but I do feel like these changes are more so coming from within, and more so having to do with intimacy and creativity, because like I said, the sacral chakra represents intimacy and creativity. So when it's reversed, definitely I feel like, again, mentioning your creativity may be blocked right now. Best to kind of get onto nature and be present, because you may be looking too far in the future or something like that. There may be a need for you to open up to different ideas. I feel like you're a little bit closed off to certain ideas. There's a need for you to go inward and really get connected to those feelings that may be causing this blockage, because this is also the card of Archangel Ariel. And Archangel Ariel helps release old fears and self-limitations. So it helps you to love and have like that creative inspiration. So there is some type of problem with intimacy right now. All kinds of intimacy. It could be there's issues maybe with sexual intimacy in particular, doesn't have to be, but all types of intimacy in a general sense. So calling upon Archangel Ariel could help you calm and heal that energy. I just feel like we also have to admit your vulnerability. So there is like this fear of being vulnerable, of expressing your emotions, expressing your love. There's this fear of getting close to someone else, or even close to yourself, honestly. If we can't get close to someone else, it usually reflects how we feel about ourselves. So there's this message of you fearing spending time with yourself, like true time with yourself, being present with yourself, being intimate with yourself in whatever way, intimacy relates to you. I feel like there's this, maybe you're uncomfortable with yourself. You're uncomfortable with certain emotions that are coming up, and there's a need for you to dive a little deeper in your relationships, especially with yourself. You deserve to have this deep relationship with others, and you need to have it with yourself before you can have it with others, is another strong message that's coming in. And then we have Get Grounded, which speaks about, it says empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. again, which I was saying, connecting with nature, you are an empath. You are someone that is really deep. I definitely feel deep Scorpio stuff going on. You are someone that's very deep. You're someone that Scorpios are very deep. We crave intimacy, but it's something we also fear because we also represent the house of fear a little bit. It's not like we do it on purpose. It just kind of comes with the territory. Honestly, I'm a Scorpio, so I totally know this. So there's like this wanting to connect with yourself on a deeper level because you're wanting to connect with someone or people on a deeper level. So there may be a fear of like, getting connected to yourself in a way where some certain emotions or triggers or even traumas may be coming up. It could be sexual traumas. It could be any type of intimate traumas, like maybe you expressing vulnerability in the past with someone or in your childhood and it was rejected, or you were rejected, or you were abandoned because of it. It's like that could be what you're avoiding by spending time with yourself and diving deeper into that type of emotion. And you don't have to be a Scorpio, but to like feel this or to be going through this. But I do feel like there's a need to admit to yourself that you are maybe afraid of being vulnerable because of X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Maybe you're afraid to be intimate because of X, Y, and Z. It's like getting to the root of the cause of why you're afraid to go deeper and knowing that it's okay to be afraid, but you're also protected down this journey. It doesn't mean that you should let the fear stop you. It means that you should continue to trust the process, to trust what you're doing, to trust that you can handle whatever is to come. You can handle these emotions. You can handle, people rejecting you or abandoning you. You can also handle people accepting you and loving you unconditionally because you express this. You are protected. Everything is unfolding exactly the way it should be. And you just need to know that you are in this place right now for a reason. You are in this place in your life for a reason, because Spirit is really wanting you to open up and to start kind of telling yourself the truth and admitting, like it says here, admitting your vulnerabilities to yourself and to others, which I do feel like is really hard for a lot of you. So with this card, admitting your vulnerabilities, I do feel like this is about some type of insecurities, obviously, about your future. And again, I'm feeling like you're thinking too far in the future, and it's really important for you to be present right now and know that the future is already in this present moment. So that could be a hard concept for you to kind of grasp, or maybe you're learning to grasp that. It's whatever it is, it's difficult for you to grasp. So there's no need to worry about not being able to meet your needs, or not being able to meet other people's needs, whether they're physical, intellectual, emotional, whatever. There's like this fear that it's like you keep telling yourself you can't, and you can, it's like you're denying your vulnerabilities, and either secretly or openly with people. And it's like you're too dependent on other people either accepting you or rejecting you. And that's what's kind of messing you up here. So I do feel like the divine is really calling to you to have faith and love in the spirit and the universe, and knowing that your needs will be met with other creative people who are just like you, other creative spirits who are here to help and support you and that are on your side. It's like you need to trust that people will support you. It's almost like telling yourself a different story. You need to trust that other people will accept you, that other people will welcome you with open arms, that will love you unconditionally. It's like you need to kind of surrender all your needs to your creator and be grateful for all that you have right now and all that you will receive and have received. It's accepting the truth that you are loved, first and foremost, always loved, all the time, every day. There's not one second in any day that the universe does not love you. You are all your needs will be met. I just feel like there's this need to say all your needs will be met better than you could ever imagine once you start trusting and being in the present moment, and just trusting that whatever you're going through, you can handle. Whatever you will go through, you will be able to handle. You're not as fragile as you may think based off, it's like you're basing yourself on past experiences, on how people maybe saw you in the past, or how people treated you in the past. You're not that person anymore. You're very much grown. You're very much have grown spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and I think you need to start trusting that. are the trust fund baby of the divine mother, and of the divine universe. You are blessed beyond reason. You are blessed beyond what you could ever imagine. And there's a need to kind of start trusting in that. Again, telling yourself a different story, and to have confidence in the universe, because something better is on the horizon. This is something that will pass. This is a phase that you're a phase on your path that you're going through right now that is not the end all be all. You are protected through this. Honestly, I just feel so much spirit guides and fairies and angels supporting you and protecting you right now. They just need you to know that, even if it's a little bit, have faith as small as a mustard seed. You know what I mean? Even that little type of faith that you have will get you very far. But it's you need to kind of remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of who you are, where you come from, where you're going, and where you will end up. And know that no matter what, you're always protected, you're always guided, and that spirit is always helping you, always has your back, is always working in your favor. So that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. Feel free to pick another pile if that did not resonate. And yeah, I will, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the 222 message card here, this is your reading for your self update, your energy update. So I'm just going to get right into it, because there's some really strong messages wanting to come through for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are very successful in whatever success means to you. I feel like you guys are highly intelligent, very emotionally receptive, but there is a lot of you who chose this pile who are not speaking your truth, or not speaking in this way. There's something where you're lacking some type of courage. There's something where you're lacking this courage to speak with love. I think you could be speaking from a place of fear recently in the past, or you may just be doing that around people who are also speaking like that. There's a need to kind of change your trajectory here a little bit, because you could be a little bit off balance. We have here the Courage card, number 13. It's, what is this? Oh, it's thyme. The plant, the herb thyme, THYME. So this is a card about accomplishing more than you imagine. You have accomplished a lot. I feel like a lot of you who chose this have accomplished a lot than you could ever imagine, or you soon will be accomplishing a lot more than you could have ever imagined. This is about having faith in your own abilities and taking steps and leaps forward with confidence. And I feel like a lot of you are struggling with that. You are, depending on, where you are right now, I feel like a lot of you could be struggling in having confidence in your abilities, having confidence in your abilities to speak. I'm getting throat chakra stuff. So there's something that you need to say that you're not saying. This could be to a person, this could be to people, something like that. Spirit wants you to know that you can do this, and you should do this. You should be speaking your truth, but for some reason you're afraid. I feel like you're very positive people, but for some reason you're afraid to show this. Maybe it could be because you're around people who aren't that positive, or you feel like maybe it's not good for you to be positive right now because there's a lot of people who are in very tough, difficult situations, but that's when we need the positivity the most. So I do feel like you are some type of, first of all, I do feel like you're highly spiritual. You could be mystics, light workers. You are here to assist in bringing positivity to people, bringing optimism to people. If you are seeking some type of answer, some type of guidance or some type of confirmation of whether you should do something or not, this is it. It's a positive yes for you to act now. I feel like you need to believe in yourself more, and you need to care for yourself more, deeply care for yourself and believe in yourself, because you're not doing that enough, and it's going to result in some type of delay or some type of kind of perceived failure in some way. And you never fail at anything, but I do feel like there is a lack of courage, and that courage is delaying some type of really big accomplishment in your life. So there needs to be a boost in activity. I do feel like a lot of you could be feeling down. A lot of you could be lacking affection or love in your life, or you are perceiving yourself to lack these things. Definitely, I'm getting like, because this card also represents, this courage card also represents Libra, Venus. So you could have your Venus could be kind of changing or going through something, or you're Libra, you're going through something, whatever the case. You don't have to be, but I do feel like there's this need to find balance, and right now you may be a little bit off balance. We also have high vibes here and write it down. So I'm getting the vibe here that you are around people who are not high vibe. You're around people who are not acting from a high vibrational place. You're around people who are either kind of in this low vibrational place, really negative, not in a loving place, who are not connected with themselves or source, who are not your real tribe, who are not from your soul tribe. And Spirit is wanting you to pay attention to this because it's really important, and because you are allowing these energies, these people, whatever the case may be, to delay or slow you down or make, or kind of just, they're just no good. Like, I don't know how else to say it. They're just not helping you. They're just not supportive of you. This is not your tribe. And this could just be one person. This could be people. This could be family. This could be friends. It doesn't matter. These people that you're around, there's a need to distance yourself from a person or people. I do feel like you are very strong in your affirmations. You write down a lot of affirmations. You really kind of, you really understand the law of attraction or the law of manifestation, because I do feel like a lot of you like to write. A lot of you like to, or if you're not writing this down or scripting or writing down your affirmations or whatever you're trying to attract, this is a call to do so, because I do feel like the universe knows what you want, but I feel like the universe has received your order and they know what they want to bring you, but it's like you're not taking the necessary courage and steps to make it happen. You're still holding on to people, vibrations, thoughts, behaviors that are keeping you in a low vibe, which is why you're attracting maybe these low vibe people, or you're still kind of in this place where you don't want to be. Because I do feel a lot of you know that you want to be in this high vibe place. You know, you may have this strong connection to yourself and source, but there is something stopping that. So writing it down may help you, because I feel like writing anything down that you want to manifest brings it into physical form. So you have to know and feel it's yours and feel that it's done for it to actually manifest. So that could be what you're struggling with right now, is maybe it's just because you're around people, you're taking on too much of other people's perceptions and energy. So definitely protect your energy. Definitely try to distance yourself from people that make you feel low or negative or bad in some way, because you're taking all of that on. So I feel like a lot of you are empaths or some type of light worker in some way, and you're taking on a lot of energy that does not belong to you, because I do feel like you are rising, but there's something weighing you down. Someone, something, people, a thought, a behavior, something. So try writing down some things, what you want to manifest, and make sure you feel like it's something that you can manifest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, start off small. Like, you know, let's say you want $1 million. You can affirm all you want, like, I have $1 million, I want $1 million, all that stuff. But if you don't feel it, if you don't feel it's yours, if you don't know that it's yours, if you don't feel like it's already done and given to you and that it is part of your birthright, then it's not going to manifest. Or if it does manifest, you won't keep it, because you won't be in that vibration. It's like trying to get into that vibration, trying to get your frequency to attune to what you really want, because right now you're kind of going back and forth between frequencies, I feel, if that makes sense. So the 222 card here says, trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. Absolutely. Like I was saying, there's something where your words, feelings, and actions are not aligning. You could be saying something, feeling something different, and then acting something completely different. There needs to be an alignment. So I do feel like you need to kind of okay, my spirit guides are always so very like straight, blunt, to the point, maybe because I'm really blunt, like get it together type of vibe. Like you need to figure it out so they can, and they're just saying it because they want to give to you all that you want to manifest. They want to give you this. The universe responds to your frequency. They don't respond to so much as words. as they do like feelings. You know what I mean? Feelings is like the gas to like manifesting what you want. And like I said, you could speak and say whatever you want, but if you're not feeling it, you're not going to manifest it. That's just how it works. If you're doing something and then feeling something else, you're not going to get the results you want. You're going to keep delaying yourself because the feeling is what drives your manifestations into, or your desires into manifestation. You get what I mean? So there's that whole thing. So again, I would say meditation, listening to certain frequencies to help rise your vibration or your frequency. I'm getting like the 528 frequencies. What is that? That is, I think that's your heart or your solar plexus. It's either your heart chakra or your solar plexus. I'm getting that area that needs to kind of be attuned a little bit more, aligned with what you want, because it's like I'm getting like you're almost there, but there's something about the lack of courage to leave something behind or to change your trajectory. You could be changing your whole life purpose plan altogether, and people are like telling you not to, or really projecting on you like what they want for you, what they want to see you do, what they believe you should be doing. And that could be holding you down. It could be people talking to you and you just holding on to those thoughts as if they were yours, adopting those types of ideas or beliefs that are yours that are keeping you down. Because I'm seeing here you're rising, especially if you're seeing a lot of twos. You're rising. You just need to be in balance with it. There's something about a lack of balance. There's something or someone or a thought or behavior holding you down, and you need to cut it loose. It's just kind of time. And I feel like you're kind of afraid to cut it loose for whatever reason, but it is delaying you. I'm not going to lie. That is what I'm picking up. So, okay, they're telling me to go to change tracks here. This is interesting. I've never seen this card. So change tracks. I'm actually going to look it up because I have never seen this card before and I want to give you the right information. I'm not going to read the whole card, but I'll just kind of glimpse at it and then get what I need from it and intuitively tell you what's going on. Okay. Well, it's actually a very short paragraph. Okay. So change tracks. Basically what I was saying, there's a raise in your consciousness. You are raising to a higher level of consciousness, especially with the Pleiades here, this card, and all these souls, spirits, people rising. You have a mission here, a very particular mission to lead, to guide people, to lead with love, to guide people towards unconditional love, to remind people of unconditional love. That is where they come from. That is what is you, that is what you're made of, and that is where you will return to. You're here to help people do that. You're a teacher. You're here to help people learn about love. What true love is, not what society has made it, not what people, no. What true love is, because you know what true love is, but you are afraid to express that. You are afraid to act on that. You are afraid to verbalize that because people will think you're either afraid people will reject you, people think you're weird or wrong, or that's not what so and so said on TV, that's not what I watched on whatever. There is like a need for you to have courage to speak your truth, and your truth is all about love, what true love is, what the true like law of manifestation is, law of attraction is. I feel like you really govern that law within your DNA. You know what that is, and you have been letting people tell you otherwise. You have been letting people pull you down, and the universe, spirit, honestly, is kind of a little bit frustrated. I'm getting like this frustration vibe. So because you're kind of delaying all the goodness to come, you're delaying all this balanced, loving energy to come. I feel like you may get a glimpse of it, but it's not consistent, because then you still go back to like saying something that someone told you, or someone told you to believe, or doing something that someone told you to do that doesn't really align with you, or feel, you know what I mean? You just keep going back to like old ways, which is fine. No need to like berate yourself about it, or I'm not trying to berate you. I'm just saying like get aligned, hold your truth, ground in it. That is why you're here. You're here for a higher mission, a higher purpose. You're here to channel messages. I feel like a lot of you are great channelers. A lot of you can channel spirit, or a particular spirit, or maybe a particular god or goddess. It's helped to verbalize that to others, and you're not doing it because you're afraid of what people will think. You're afraid of what people will say. And not everyone's going to resonate with you, and that's fine. But there are a lot more people who will resonate what you have to say, what you're channeling, than not. So don't ever delay that, because you're here, like I said, you're here for a higher purpose. And I feel like you know this, but you know this intuitively, but you delay it because out of this fear thing, out of fear that you won't get loved or you won't be loved. You are here to uplift humanity. You are a service to this earth. We all are. This is why we're here. We're not here to be liked. We're not here to be, loved. We are love. We're not here to, whatever. We're here to help, to serve, and then we will leave. That is just our mission. And you delaying that mission, one, I feel like it's making you more miserable. Two, it's making you, maybe that's it. It's just making you miserable, and you're not seeing the results you want. You're not seeing your manifestation stay. You're not seeing your desires stay. It's like they come and they leave. They come and they leave. And it's because within you, you're not together. You're not in alignment. You're coming and you're going. You're going back and you're going back and forth with yourself internally with words, feelings, and actions, like I said. So this change tracks on a soul level. You are really going through this learning curve where it's time to really step up your game here. There's a need to avoid overthinking. There's a need to pray more or meditate more to your divine, to the divine or to your higher self, because you are successfully going on to a new path right now. And it is time for you to leave what no longer is working for you. Your soul path is changing because you are ready for this. You are ready for this growth. You are ready for this type of freedom. You are ready for this type of responsibility to help uplift humanity in whatever way you feel guided to do so. So any type of aggravating circumstances or roadblocks that you may come across, that is an invitation to move into a new, more aligned place, a new and more aligned direction with your authentic self. Because I do feel like a lot of you are from the Pleiadians, that whole star system, you're like a star seed. So it's time to stay connected to your divine energy, stay connected to your soul, cosmic, galactic family. I feel like you could be letting drama distract you a little bit here. You're not keeping steady in that type of vibration. So it's time to notice what is no longer good for you and let it go, because like I said, you're changing direction. Just pray for strength to fully move upward and onward at this time, and be wary of feeling like a victim to other people or other people's feeling like a victim to other people's negative behavior. It just means you need to change your path. It just means you need to let those people go. It just means you need to change directions. It just means it's time for you to move up and onward and trust in this divine nature to guide you, because it will, and it always has been. It's just time for this change. I don't know what else or how else to kind of say it. And then with the Pleiadians here, this is a really pretty card. I don't use this deck often. I want to start using this deck more, but like I said, this is saying a double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. I already kind of spoke on that. So this card, like I said, I definitely feel like you're a starseed. I definitely feel like you're from the Pleiadians. This is about love. This is about sharing that love. This is about understanding, like I was saying, what true love is, what unconditional love is anyways. This is about really knowing your worth and your value. Again, a lot of blue. I was getting like throat chakra blockages here. So there's a need for you to speak. You're a channeler. I feel like you get a lot of messages that you fear of telling people because you're afraid that people will reject you or think you're weird, and whatever. That may be the case, but there are a lot of people who need those messages, honestly. There are a lot of people who need to hear what you have to say that will be more open to it than not. And I feel like your spirit will always guide you to the people that you can share this with. They'll never tell you to share something, unless you're, sharing it on Instagram. The people that will take to it, but they'll never tell you to tell someone something that is not exactly open to it. I feel like when spirit guides me to channel stuff, I think about how many people it's going to help. I think about how many people it's going to really uplift. I don't really think about how people are going to receive me. I used to, until I started kind of playing myself out, you know what I mean? And being like, well, Shari, you have this gift. use this gift, use this talent. You're a channeler, do it. The people that resonate with will resonate people with it, and the people that won't, it doesn't matter. Who cares? It really doesn't matter. Who cares? Because you're helping so many people. You know what I mean? And then with like the Angel of Love, this is a really nice card. So many cards in this group that I've never seen before. Okay, so Angel of Love speaks about, it's pretty self-explanatory. It is the Angel of Love. It is tender connections. I do feel like holding a rose quartz might help, because I feel like she's holding like a rose quartz heart here. This is about, again, loving vibrations, bringing compassion and affection to yourself and to others. If this is about like a love situation, like you looking for love, you wanting love, like romantic love or something like that, this card, this Angel of Love, is bringing a message that it is coming. It is approaching. If you're longing for like a deeper, more intimate connection with someone that you're already with or someone in your life, she's saying that it's available to you. You don't have to doubt that or fear that. It just is going to take courage. So either way, remember that your first intention for like compassion, affection, tenderness must be directed inward. That compassion you have to have for yourself before you can demonstrate it to others and before you can receive it from others. Because it's going to influence, how you feel about yourself is going to influence the energetic potential for other events to come into your life and other people to come into your life in a very, very significant way. I feel like it's already showing up in your life. You may just be a little bit taken back by it or a little bit confused or not really understanding what's going on. And that's what's happening. It's like you're not really loving yourself. You're not trusting yourself enough. You're not allowing yourself to have the courage to speak from this place of love, to really forge a connection with yourself and forge connections with spirit, with your spirit guides, with your cosmic family, with your galactic beings in the energetic realm. You're not trusting that you come from a starseed, that you are a starseed, that you are from the Pleiadians, that you have a mission here. You have to trust that, because I feel like spirit is really guiding you is really kind of honing in on this, because we really need you. It's almost like you're a very powerful starseed. All starseeds are powerful, but you have a very important role here. You have a really strong power that is very, very hopeful. I'm hearing like it could help millions of people, honestly. Like, did I say like you govern some type of law? Like you govern some type of law or something. Like it could be the law of love. It could be the law of change, like something. And you're not using it. You're kind of just sitting on it and you're just kind of like not taking it seriously or something. But there is a need here to really trust what you know. Trust your power. You're very powerful, and have courage to use that power for the greater good, for the collective. And we could really use it, and we could really need it, because everything that's going on in the world, there's a lot of low vibrational stuff going on. There's a lot of just very controlling low vibe stuff. I'm not going to go into it, but like, I feel like you know this anyways from what I'm telling you. And we could really use your words of wisdom. We could really use your love. We could really use your channeling. We could really use your strength, your power. And I feel like a lot of you are very strong spiritual beings. I feel like this doesn't come without you having to have gone through a lot in your life. Even if it's just recently or just throughout your whole life. Most starseeds, light workers do. But that helps us raise above that. That's why we're starseeds. That's why we're light workers. It helps us kind of raise that vibration. It's like we wouldn't know how to raise our vibration if we weren't, going through a low vibrational period or time or with people or whatever the case may be. So I do feel like, you're just going through this change where you are changing trajectory, and you could be already knowing all of this, like you are a starseed from the Pleiadians and stuff like that, but you're changing the way you channel, or you're changing the way you share your channeling, or you're changing the way you uplift humanity. There's like a change here that I feel like you're afraid that will be frowned upon or rejected in some way, and that's not the case. Spirit is really telling you to go for it, do it. You have our support, you have our back. Your galactic family, your other Pleiadian sister and brothers, your other cosmic galactic family is really supporting you in this change and in letting go of anything that is weighing you down, or any one thing, person, place, whatever that is weighing you down. And to really write, I feel like there's a need to like script or write down a lot of the stuff that you hear or that you channel, And then maybe like read it to yourself or share it with someone or that you trust or whatever the case may be. There's something about, you could be learning how to channel. Honestly, that could be a new thing that you're now discovering you have the gift to do. And Spirit is telling you, we gave you this gift. You have this gift because it's meant to be shared. There's something that you just need the courage to share it with other people, or maybe one person or something like that. But you're not doing so, and it's really delaying a lot more than a lot of manifestations coming into your reality. Honestly, a lot of people need your healing support, and you're delaying it, and you really need to trust yourself. 13 is a very powerful number, so it's all about change, transformation. It's also a divine feminine number, so I feel like a lot of you could be tapping into more your divine feminine aspects, your divine feminine energy, whether you're male or female. That's something that's coming to light now. That's something that's coming to the forefront now, and for good reason, because it's meant to be shared. You need that part of you to kind of, the balance, balance of feminine and masculine energies. You need that part of you to uplift humanity. You always need the action, but you also need that type of sensitivity, compassion, tenderness, affection, love to actually make a difference. That's the only thing that really makes a difference on this planet. So keep that in mind when you're going through what you're going through, and know that you are just always supported. You have nothing to fear. It just takes a little bit of courage, maybe eat some time or something. Maybe I don't know, maybe you've been using a lot of time, or you need to start using it. It may help. Growing time, something like that. It may help. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, so that is what I'm seeing for you guys. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.